Welcome into the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Chase Sr. Hit me up and interact with me on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. It's the same handle on both. Coming up on today's show, we're going to preview the 49ers game against the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. It's going to be a 1 o'clock Eastern kick from Lincoln Financial Field in South Philadelphia for the Eagles home opener. Going to be a raucous environment, but still, the Niners enter this game as 3.5-point favorites. The over-under set at 50, which is somewhat of a high number. It's certainly higher than the over-under number for Lions and Niners week 1. Kind of like the Niners minus 3.5, but the Eagles are sneaky good. This is your opportunity to voice your predictions for this game. Predict the score in the comment section right now between your Niners and the Philadelphia Eagles. Get those score predictions in the comment section down below. And if you want to lay some money on this game, we got you hooked up thanks to our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Here's the deal. You go to chatsports.com/49bet and enter the promo code Niners125. You get a 125% deposit bonus. What that means is when you put $100 in your account, you get an additional $125 back. That's $225 to take the 49ers at 3.5 with. And if you follow all of those steps and deposit $100 in your account, we will send you a free 49ers jersey. Yeah, do I have your attention yet? A free 49ers jersey if you follow all of these steps. Here it is on your screen. Go to chatsports.com/49bet, enter the promo code Niners125. You sign up, deposit at least $100. You get that 125% deposit back. Again, that's $225 in total money. Then you email us jersey@chatsports.com to let us know you signed up and you followed all of those steps. You have to do all of this by week 2. So do all of this by the time that the Niners kick off against the Eagles. We will get back to everybody over the next few days. Our email inbox has been flooded, which is absolutely awesome. One more time, chatsports.com/49bet. Enter the promo code Niners125, and we will send you a free 49ers jersey. Maybe you want a Trey Lance jersey in your closet in hopes that he's going to be the franchise quarterback for this team for many years to come. Or George Kittle. He's an all-time great with this franchise. Follow all of those steps. We'll get you hooked up thanks to our friends at Fanatics. Let's continue to break down and preview this game between the Niners and the Eagles. First, here are my keys to the game. The Niners defense, especially this defensive line, has to approach this matchup as if they're taking on Russell Wilson from a dynamic quarterback perspective, because Jalen Hurts offers a lot of the same dynamic qualities that a Russell Wilson does. I watched Jalen Hurts' tape from week 1, and he reminds me so much of a player like Dak Prescott. And what I mean by saying that the Niners have to have a disciplined pass rush, they have to stay in their lane. They cannot overcommit, because once the pocket breaks down, Jalen Hurts is either going to look to extend the play through the pass game or he's going to look to take off. So you can't overcommit, because if you do that, you're going to get burned like you would by Russell Wilson. You take a look at what Jalen Hurts did in week 1 against the Falcons. They were 3.5-point underdogs. They completely dominated Atlanta. Big reason for that, Jalen Hurts, 27-35, 264 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, a lot of swing passes, a lot of screen passes, a lot of designed quick throws for Jalen Hurts to get him into a rhythm, but he does have nice touch on his deep ball, so the Niners have to be wary of that. Also, one of my keys to the game, you got to lock down on this Eagles ground game. In week 1 against the Lions, I thought San Francisco was bad against the run. A big reason for that late in the game, they were playing a lot of prevent defense. That allowed the Lions to rack up a lot of yards through the ground. And for the Eagles, that's their bread and butter. They love the screen game. They love running downhill with their beefy offensive line. And in week 1 against the Falcons, they were excellent. Miles Sanders, 15 totes for 74 yards. Jalen Hurts, 7 carries, 62 yards. That goes to show you the dual threat nature of the former Oklahoma and Alabama quarterback. Kenneth Gainwell, the late round pick out of Memphis, was also very good. Had his first career touchdown run, also 9 carries for 37 yards. DeVonta Smith, first round pick for the Eagles, top 10 former Heisman Trophy winner, one of the best seasons of any college wide receiver last year with Alabama en route to that national championship. He was very good against the Falcons. What's one of the weaknesses for San Francisco? It's the fact that Jason Verrett, their number one cornerback, has gone down with the torn ACL. DeVonta Smith is a big play wide receiver, and if he gets behind the defense, he can make some big plays happen and take it to the house. My other keys to the game: pass protection. Got to be able to protect Jimmy Garoppolo up against a defensive line that still features players who are getting it done and have been getting it done for a long time, and Fletcher Cox as well as Brandon Graham. And for Philadelphia, this is going to be their home opener. We know how Philadelphia fans operate. Like the Niners, they're very passionate. It's going to be a crazy atmosphere at Lincoln Financial Field. So if you can establish momentum early in the game to silence that crowd, that will bode well for San Francisco. How many points do you think the Niners are going to give up against this Philadelphia Eagles offense, which scored more than 30 against the Falcons? Predict it. Let me know in the comment section. I love this Niners defensive line. They had around 30 pressures against the Lions in week 1. If they can follow that same formula against the Eagles in week 2, they will be successful. Speaking of this game, make sure you subscribe to the 49ers Report as we get closer and closer to 40,000 subscribers. But also, we're doing another watch party on Sunday for this game. We're going to be going live starting at 12:45 p.m. Eastern, 9:45 a.m. Pacific. We did a watch party for week 1 against the Lions. We'll be doing watch parties all throughout this season. What do? Live play-by-play, live stats, live analysis. I take your questions throughout. Also, we drink beers, we take some shots, we have some fun. So for those of you on the West Coast who are trying to party early in the day, start your day with some drinking, we got you covered. Going to be a bunch of fun. 60,000 people joined us for week 1. Make sure you're one of those people who join us again for the fun in week 2. Matchups to watch. A few of them that I'm kind of monitoring as we get closer and closer to kickoff. San Francisco's defensive line against Philadelphia's offensive line. Philly's offensive line is really good. Just gave Jordan Mailata, their left tackle, a contract extension. Isaac Seumalo is a good left guard. Jason Kelce, still one of the best centers in the league. Brandon Brooks, an excellent right guard when he's healthy. Lane Johnson, one of the preeminent right tackles in the league. But for the 49ers, they have 8 to 10 guys along that defensive line who can wreak havoc. And 30 total pressures against the Lions and Jared Goff in week 1, that's really incredible. What are defensive line pressures? It's the combination of quarterback hits, quarterback hurries, as well as sacks. Eric Armstead had 9 total pressures. Contavious Street, Nick Bosa, and Dee Ford with 5. Dee Ford, Nick Bosa also chimed in with a sack. Kevin Givens had 2 D-line pressures as well. So this defensive line matching up against the Eagles offensive line, one of the better matchups across the National Football League. If you're one of the football nerds like me that doesn't always like to follow the football and that part of the play, once the ball is snapped, just keep an eye on the trenches. Another matchup I want to keep an eye on, Deebo Samuel against Darius Slay. Deebo Samuel in week 1 broke out. If this guy can stay healthy, he can be one of the more dynamic wide receivers in this league because of his ability to pick up yards after the catch. 9 receptions, 189 yards, 1 touchdown, and that lone touchdown, it went for 79 yards on a ball by Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that throw was underrated because he saw the coverage on Deebo. It was a good adjustment by Deebo to come back for it, and then from there, he took it to the promised land. Speaking of Jimmy G, Niners offensive line, gonna have to protect him against an Eagles defensive line. As I mentioned, that is very, very good. And I thought Jimmy Garoppolo was very solid in week 1. You really can't ask him to do much more than this. 17 to 25, he was a good distributor of the football, made smart decisions. Of course, he missed some throws, but which quarterback doesn't throughout the course of a ball game? Come on now, don't hate on Jimmy G if you just want to hate on Jimmy G. 314 yards, a touchdown to Deebo, no interceptions. There was that fumbled snap on the first play from scrimmage, which I hated, but other than that, thought Jimmy G played well and did everything that Kyle Shanahan asked him. Another matchup to watch. Philadelphia, Nick Sirianni, he hails from the Frank Reich, Doug Peterson tree. And what Peterson and Reich like to do, run a lot of 12 personnel. What is that? 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 single back. Philadelphia is going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets with Dallas Goedert as well as Zach Ertz. Here's the good news for San Francisco. They have some of the best coverage linebackers in the National Football League. All-Pro Fred Warner, Azeez Al-Shahir, Dre Greenlaw. So those are the matchups that I'm looking forward to for Sunday's game between the Niners and the Eagles. Niners going into this game as 3.5-point favorites. The over-under set at 50. We'll see if that line shifts as we approach Sunday. But I mentioned my matchups to watch for Sunday. I want to know what your matchups to watch are and which matchups are you most excited for Sunday's game. Drop them into the comments section and let me know. Let's chop it up. Let's talk some football. Big part of what we do here at 49ers Report. We love our audience interaction, so let me know which matchup you are most excited for Sunday's game between the Niners and the 49ers. Niners and the Eagles, excuse me. Lastly, you want a free jersey? Here's how you get hooked up. Go to chatsports.com/49bet, enter the promo code Niners125. You sign up and deposit at least $100 in your account. You get that 125% deposit back. That's $225 of total money. And if you email us, jersey@chatsports.com, letting us know that you followed all of those steps and you deposited that money into your account, we will send you a free 49ers jersey. Chatsports.com/49bet. Enter the promo code Niners125. We'll get you hooked up. You have to get all of that in by this week 2 matchup.